everyone, I'm Florence John Duo and welcome to this week's Olsem Wanem program. In the first two segments of this episode, we visit Pari villages in Central Province who have seen the importance of replanting mangroves. Mangroves play a vital role to coastal areas, but the sad fact is mangrove forests are diminishing at a very rapid pace. Then, in our next two segments, we feature the launch of community-based planning project through refugee settlement and integration on Manus Island. First up, the Mangrove Rehabilitation Program in Pari Village. Mangroves are not only important but crucial for coastal areas. They play a vital role in stabilizing these areas. Coastlines throughout the world are facing serious problems of coastal erosion and rising sea levels as a result of global warming. Papua New Guinea coastlines are no exception. Shorelines are disappearing as the sea levels rise. Many coastal villages are coming up with community-based initiatives for mangrove rehabilitation. One such coastal village is Pari, here in the nation's capital. This Pari Mangrove Rehabilitation Project is funded by UNDP under its Small Grants Project. It is driven by Pari Women's Association.
We are replanting mangroves for those mangroves that have been spoiled by the community or the nearby settlements. Cutting the mangroves as part of the firewood or posts for houses. And as a result, you can see that the place is, there's hardly any mangroves. So we are trying to replant to bring the mangroves back again for our next generation.
According to Pari Women's Association President Gewa Sasala, being a coastal village, they depend on the mangrove forest for marine organisms such as crab and fish. However, the effects of the diminishing mangroves are already visible with the disappearance of shorelines, lack of fish and crabs.
As an association, we have 4 components within our association that we have come up with, and environment is one of them. And we have decided to help out with the mangroves because that there's no fish around here. And we know that fish breeds in the mangrove. And our men go a long way now to look for fish because we have no mangroves. So we want to bring back the fish again to our area, to our community. To be able to bring the fish back, we need to replant.
President Gewa said this was not the case for Pari village years ago.
Very, very thick. You couldn't look through to the other side of the reef. But from my young days up till now, it's very sad because how the human beings treated the mangrove. My grandfather, my father used to come and just throw the nets around the mangroves and get fish quickly and go home. And then, they didn't have to go too far. So those are the things that we are always comparing it with. Life was easy those days to come and get fish and go, or shellfish and go, or mud crab and go, but now no God, because there's hardly anything.
Here are some important facts about mangroves. Buffer zone between the land and sea. Protect the land from erosion. Play an invaluable role as nature's shield against cyclones, ecological disasters, and as protector of shorelines. Breeding and nursery grounds for a variety of marine animals. Main source of income generation for shoreline communities like fisherfolk. Save the marine diversity, which is fast diminishing. Purify the water by absorbing impurities and harmful heavy metals, and help us to breathe clean air by absorbing pollutants in the air. welcome back. The Pari villagers take us to a recent planting site to see firsthand why replanting mangroves is vital for their community. This is Gaudi Kore, the coordinator for the Pari Community Mangrove and Reef Rehabilitation Project.
It's very important for Pari community because we're just situated near the shoreline. The climate change has a very big effect in the village. Not like before where the coastline was just a few meters out to the sea, but now as the waves are coming in, the shoreline is getting a bit smaller. So planting mangrove is a way of helping our village to combat this rising sea level. The site where we planting all mangrove last week. We planting all mangrove about a week ago. About 500 seedlings altogether. We planting. We can look at me banish him or help him protect him all mangrove seedlings from all objects by Gokam, all man like bagarapim all. So me fencing one time all barbed wire. Mostly me planting about 500 mangrove seedlings. Most people will take part and all. Mostly all people me been survey all. Not all community been participate because I think all suppose he been work below by more man. I think all by come joining me plan. So yeah, you know, planting man about 60 participants all been joining me plan of planting mangrove. Roughly, by taking about a year or kind of some logo big plan. But mangrove are taking longer time to grow. Or some na plus a banisi mulman locating because I'm taking long time straight. It's a project and planning about around about 2,000 seedlings. It's a project Lumi plan. But yeah, I think all another project by come by planning more can low upside and planting was initiated by NFA. The first site of planting just right over there, Marsh and NFA. It's about 1 year from now.
They have replanted mangroves along their shorelines and they plan to continue. However, the question is, will other villages see the importance of replanting mangroves and step in to help, or will they continue to cut mangroves without considering the vital roles mangroves play in the lives of coastal villages?
Before, so mangrove been pull up. But you had the lulu go out the solwara. Mangrove and thick no passing all up. But then after all man cut him down, blow post, firewood and now I'm also kind now.
This reiterates the fact that the main factor behind the destruction of the mangrove forest are human beings. Walking along the shores of Pari village, it is obvious that the sea levels have risen and you can only see lone mangroves surrounded by sea. Replanting mangroves today is to give the future generation a better life.
It will definitely benefit the future generation. Mostly from climate change, rising sea level. I think mangrove will play an important role. Encouragement, Blumi, for those communities, coastal communities around PNG is more mangrove planting to combat climate change and all those.
When we return after the break, we take you to Manus province to witness the launch of community-based planning projects. You're watching Olsem Wanem. The International Organization for Migration, or IOM, the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Services Authority, or PNG ICSA, the local people of Manus, and the refugee recently witnessed the launch of a program which will now allow refugees to partake in the development of communities on Manus Island. Community-driven initiatives are vital for development. It is about people coming up with project ideas and driving them forward to bring tangible changes to their communities. A program called Community-Based Planning Project through Refugee Settlement and Integration was recently launched in Manus province as a result of collaborative effort between the locals, the International Organization for Migration, or IOM, and the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Services Authority, or PNG ICSA.
ICSA had approached IOM regarding community-based planning and development to help communities with small-scale development projects that can lead to achieving their goals for upgrading and improving their community. And they asked that we extend that type of assistance, which we've been doing throughout PNG, to Manus and to the people of Manus, to come and explore with the communities what their development goals and aims were, whether they be upgrading of schooling or health facilities or recreational areas that would help improve the quality of community life. The launch, which is the culmination, or really the beginning of the effort of the community-based development, but the culmination of the planning that had taken place up until now and the identification of different projects that would be undertaken. So we brought together the 7 wards and local level government representatives.
The interesting twist to this community-driven program is the involvement of refugees in Manus. The program aims to get the refugees and the local people working in close collaboration to bring change to their communities.
And also to incorporate an interesting element, which was that of refugees also contributing to the effort of community development. Refugees that are here in Manus who have technical skills and capacity that could assist in achieving these goals, to join them together to work for the improvement of the community and for the improvement of the people of Manus. The refugees themselves had come from communities where they were contributing. Unfortunately, they were forced for those communities, became refugees, but that desire and the sense of wanting to belong and the sense of wanting to contribute remains. And so we're trying to work with ICSA to join the two together so that the refugees can put their skills and their desires to assist the people of Manus, who have been so gracious in assisting them as well and hosting them here.
Manus Governor Charlie Benjamin expressed gratitude to the organizations lending a helping hand to his people.
I think, if I can remember well, this is probably the first project that IOM has done, where they have tried to help our people within the communities around Lorengau town area. These are projects that were prioritized by our own people within the community with the assistance of the member. And I think they probably came up with maybe 15 or 16 projects. And then IOM came in and they took a project each from the other groups. And what they're doing is actually helping them with the projects in the village to make it materialized. So what our government is doing now is we will also help with the other projects when funds are available to see that their dreams are realized, the development priorities within its communities are realized.
The importance of all of this is that it's not an IOM-driven initiative, it's not an ICSA-driven initiative, it's an initiative driven by the communities themselves. So they have the ownership, they have the planning, they organize how they would like to direct assistance, and then we work together with them to help them achieve that goal. And that's really the key of the whole process, is to make sure that it's a collective community engagement and that they own the improvements to the community that they seek to make and that they work together. And as I said before, the complement to all that is the refugees themselves.
IOM Chief of Mission reiterated that the communities must take ownership and drive change in their local areas.
Communities need to take over and get started and actually use the support that's been provided, put into effect the plans that they've developed, and to try to reach those goals, whether, as I said, if it's refurbishing a school or if it's upgrading the medical health facilities that they have in their ward, or if it's to put in place recreational activities or upgrade the recreational activities. The task is now in the hands of the community. We're just there to help them along the way, and we'll continue to do so. But it's really in their hands now, and they have the ownership of it. They have the backing and support of the local government, as was demonstrated in the launch, and it's up to them now to move things forward.
Welcome back to Olsem Wanem. In this segment of the program, we continue with the launching event of the community-based planning projects in Manus province. During the launching of the community-based project through refugee settlement and integration, students, teachers, and the local people braved the heat of the sun to be part of the program to show their eagerness to drive these projects forward.
Since the project is an international one and a national one, Mina was a mayor, me giving you copy blow this la project sigolo hand blow you, thank you.
The signing of the plans are a symbol of the collaborative effort partner organizations as well as the local communities and the refugees will put towards identified projects in the province.
The reason why we are here is to make sure everything that we are doing here is official. We don't want actually to do parallel systems in terms of development planning, but this process was done together with the community, the leadership and everyone, and now we are actually getting into the real signing to say everything that is here, we are going to do it together with the community and achieve it together. That's the main why this ceremony is more important. By signing this document, we are actually authenticizing that these plans are very important to us as a community, and now they are official and everyone accepted them to be the plan that represent the people here in Lorengao.
Chief of Mission for IOM PNG clarified IOM's partnership in this program.
Again, just to emphasize that IOM's role invited by ICSA was to contribute experience and expertise that we had to assist with community-based planning, but we're not the ones that own the project. The ownership is the communities themselves, and that's what's important. They've identified their needs. They've identified small projects that can make a tangible difference in their community to improve the lifestyle that they have and to move it forward. We're just there to assist. And again, also very importantly is to bridge this cooperation between refugees who are currently in Manus to help in the development of the communities that are here hosting them and receiving them.
Manus Governor Charlie Benjamin also emphasized that the community-based planning project through refugee settlement and integration belongs to the people of Manus.
These projects belongs to the people, and what they are doing is they are assisting them in getting their dreams done. They are not actually meeting the full cost of all of these projects, but what they want to do, I think, is that for the people to own the project. If they are to fund all of it, then people will think that these are donor funds, and they do not take care of those facilities. So I think what they are doing is they are putting bits into it and then say, this is what you will have to do. If you run short, then maybe your government will help you to complete those projects. Yeah. What they're doing is all right, because what this means is that there is more cooperation and mixing around with the local people and with the refugees, IOMs, and by doing that, we have a more cordial relationship. Yeah.
That's the end of this edition of Olsem Wanem. If you have any stories or comments you would like to share, please send us an email via the address on your screen or follow us on our Facebook page. From the Olsem Wanem team, thank you for watching, and it's goodbye for now.